But now, let's look beneath the hood. Again this year, the V-type 8-cylinder engine, that is the engine that has made the term V8 synonymous with the Ford name.
Alrighty, so since the 46 is out, time to yank the motor out of this bad boy. Gonna pull the front end here, yank that motor out. So, should be straightforward. I do have another small block I'm going to put in here, so I'm going to pull that. I'll leave the headers there, although maybe I'll change them to cast iron ones, I don't know. And then I want to make new inner fender wells that cover all the suspension and, you know, look a little more tighter, because it's not so nice. Then I need to adjust the radiator because the hood kind of rubs on it a little bit, and that definitely leads to problems. Everything under here looks pretty good, like last time I seen it. Got a spider webs. Got a cross member here that I made to mount my transmission and everything, so I might end up pulling this out to get the trans out. I can climb in here and disconnect my exhaust. That ragged ass oil pan. The clutch spring broke here, so the clutch has been a little funky to use, so gonna have to address that. Got the RJ's 2-link here with the sleeved airbags. It functions quite well. Custom panhard bar, stainless exhaust, you know, monster notch I put in there. So we're making progress, So one of the things here, because this has an aftermarket radiator in mount here, this was put in here. Used to be a whole different kind of contraption I'm not really familiar with, but this is what it was here when I got it. I had a brand new radiator, but it sits a little too tall and it actually rubs the bottom of the hood. So I'm going to bring this down here at some point, but looks like I actually have room, so maybe just re-drill the holes. That'll be easy. Need to rework a couple things, finish up some hokey welds, maybe clean some other stuff up. A lot of this stuff was cut out with a torch at some point by previous owners. This thing's been on the road for quite a while. You see my Smitties for that sweet sound. This thing was blowing oil out of it when I was driving. I don't know where it's coming from, but sure made a hell of a mess. Yeah, that thing was blowing oil out all over the place. Holy smokes. It's quite the mess under here. This is one little treat that I've noticed here. Yeah, a little bit of slop there. This is actually a rear end out of a 50 shoebox that I had laying in my backyard that I threw in here. When I originally got the car, it had the rear end out of the 67 Corvette where the engine and trans came from, but it was about 2 inches too wide, and I couldn't lay the car out, so I needed something narrower, and this one worked. But apparently it's gonna need a little rebuild on it. That or locate me a 9-inch probably. I'm not too worried about blowing the rear end up with the, you know, the 4-inch wide bias plies. They don't bite at all anyway. This thing I'll do a burnout halfway down the street without breaking a sweat. But still, I gotta do something here. Put it on my list. Here's an interesting predicament. 1, 2, 3 of the oil pan bolts are missing. that does not help the cause none. And one over here. I didn't build this motor, it was in the car when I got it, so I didn't notice that previously. So I don't know if they just fell out or what the hell happened, but that's pretty funny. Oh well. So I made this cross member, and it fits almost all the same factory rivet holes. You know, there used to be some braces here and some braces here and all this malarkey there. So that actually encompasses all of it, ties the chassis together, and actually makes everything much stronger. Need to get that hood off. Done. It's trying to work on the car without touching anything with my sweaty body, because it's a mess. Rust, or I put some oil on it, it's like finding a greased pig. It's awesome. I need to push the car in, but I left it out sitting in the sun, and now it is so damn hot I can't touch it. Yeah, bare metal problems. There she is in all her naked glory. I pulled the front sheet metal, obviously to get the motor out it's easier, but I want to do a lot of cleanup on the chassis. There's Mustang 2 was installed kind of, you know, haphazardly. Clean up some of the welds and air lines, and, you know, stuff like that, just to make it prettier. So I'm about ready to pull the motor out, and I'm going to take the trans out with it at the same time. That way I can change out the clutch and all that good stuff while it's out of the car, just make it easier. However, I cannot get it out at the moment because the shifter is in the way. As you can see, it's sticking up to the floor, and I don't have enough room to get it down. Now, I originally made this panel when I got the car because there wasn't one, and you know, of course, a good idea at the time was to seal everything with the kill mat. So now I get to dig all that crap all off and then cut a hole in it. Very exciting news. Anyways. Fortunately, I pulled the seats out and stuck them in my 46, so I made access to the floor here. So I just had to remove that panel that I essentially glued in with the kill mat. Now, a smart person, a year or two ago. Clearly, so that's not me. It's about ready to come out. If you were a smart person, you want old cars anyway. Would have undid the clutch before we get down there. So now I can't get to it because it's stuck way down in there that I cannot get to. Forgot and of course, now my lip has crap on it. Pull that off. Damn you! It's like I'm my own worst enemy. Which is always nice because it's only about 109 degrees in my office. my office, my shop, whatever the fuck it's called. Now I'm delirious with heat. It's fantastic. There we are. I got it. Minor distraction. Now back to the normally scheduled program. So I dug around and I found a long enough extension. You know, the one extension that you use that like one time a year. This is the point. Otherwise, it's useless. Trying to take the transmission out. It reaches all the way in there. Deep. That is not easy money, baby. Easy money. Point of no return. Do that. Easy money. See, it looks better there. They don't ever come out easy. It's almost like childbirth for a man. Oh, there we are. Giving birth. Or an exorcism. Something. I don't know. Stupid car. So I'm hoping that I can align the drive shaft, because I forgot to take it out, with the yoke as I slide this thing in, which is virtually impossible by myself. The one-man army game continues. Maybe I'll get my dog to help me. No crying over spilled milk now. Perfect day to work in the garage. We're in day 39 or 29 of over 100 degrees. It's pretty good when you work outside. That's actually not even hot for Texas. Almost a cold front rolling in. So after a little finagling, I was able to get the drive shaft to slip in there. It took a little bit of work, but I got it there. I forgot to take the drive shaft off, and you know, the whole air ride thing, and can't move the car. It's a huge pain in the ass. Anyways, it's good. It's done. Now to get this thing bolted in tight and start assembly. My mother always said I was the smartest guy in the street. Or maybe it was the smartest ass in the street. One or the other, I don't know, but we get it. So I searched around for a crate motor for a little while, but once I realized that I couldn't afford them, I looked around at doing a remanufactured motor and realized that it'd be about 2 months to get. A friend of mine pulled this motor out of his El Camino, and it's only about 500 miles on it, so it was a pretty good deal. And it's already ready to go, proven running, so I think it's going to help lift the curse off this beast. I swear this thing's been broken every time I drive it. I've been towed 3 times in the last year in this car. It's no fun. Got to get some sage, a little holy water. Gonna take care of it. Engine's been out for about 3 weeks. Got the chassis all cleaned up and redid some of the air lines and fixed the brake lines, all the little things, you know, but finally got the motor in. Now it's just time to get it set up. You know, all the fun stuff. This is my old school OG Hurst shifter here. Put that bad boy back on. Just about ready to get this thing fired up. It doesn't help that it's like 300 degrees in the car, but hey, we'll make do. Hopefully I can reseal that disaster. Plugging away at this thing here for a while. Sheet metal is all back on. I had to get rid of the inner fender wells because they were all chopped up from a set of fender tube headers, so I'll have to make some of those. Motor is in, just about hooked up. Just got to button up a couple little things and spark plug wires, and she's ready to go. Not soon enough. I'm tired of baking out here in the garage. One of the best things you can buy are these old children's manuals. This is 1959 that my grandfather had bought new and gave to me about 25 years ago. You know, these things are really invaluable when you need to work on old stuff because they have such detailed information in there. It's amazing what they would put in the manual back in the day, how to do just about everything on your car. You can't get that anymore. So since I can't remember what the Chevy firing order is, because I'm a Ford guy and hell, they're never the same, you know, this is out there. But yeah, these things are super handy. You know, all the how to do your transmission and clutches, rebuild your steering boxes, I mean everything. Whenever you see them, pick them up. I've got probably 10 of them myself for different vehicles and years and stuff, and it's amazing how much I actually use them. The fact I've been a mechanic for 30 years, you'd think I could memorize this stuff, but no. So, I did mark where number 1 was, because at least planned that part. So, it's a matter of routing the wires and let's get it going. Key to getting the boots on there is having a little soapy water. That'll work. Yeah, making plug wires is pretty simple. Just want to strip the wire back enough so you get enough to fold over there. And this actually is suppression core, not solid core, so this will definitely work with the HEI. Then you're going to get that boot, little soapy water, slide that down there. Oh, I guess we should crimp it first. Fold that over. Grab my ancient crimpers here. I'll turn these the right direction, that'll probably help. Slide that boot on there, you dip in your soapy water, and bada bing, done. I hate this fiberglass stuff. It was on there when I got it, and I don't want to deal with taking it off, because it makes me itch every time I look at it. It's just delightful. Alright, all done. Now to time up. So it's been a few days since I've been out here. We've been down at the coast in Galveston looking at properties and houses for my wife's side project.
Look at this house. If there was an ever more perfect house for me, it is this one right here. I mean, look at that. Look at that witch's hat.
Anyways, back out here, it's a brisk 108 today, so not bad. Last thing I gotta do is tie up the spark plug wires, and we're ready to fire this baby up. So these are stainless steel wire ties. They're pretty handy. I'm going to go ahead and zip tie them to the little crossbar there and button everything up cute as can be. Leave that loose, jump onto the back here. That's why I like these little ties. Just nice and clean, out of the way. You can undo them, they're durable, and they're cheap. Find them on Amazon. Just gave it a little tweak. Get it tuned up and hit the road. Blowing a little smoke off the headers. Got my new bench seat in there. Time to go for a drive. Wish me luck. A little leaking valve cover gasket. That was my fault. Other than that, it runs smoother than JLo's ass. So it's definitely been a long, hot summer, and we're I don't know, 45 days into over 100 degrees. So I finally had to break down and make an investment, and that would be air conditioning. Oh, that's the sound of magic. Yes, I mean, you would think that after spending 30 years as an industrial air conditioning mechanic, I would have air conditioning in my garage. The answer to that is no. As they say, the cobbler's kids have no shoes. Anyways, I am slapping the bumper on this thing and ready to get to some car shows. As soon as it cools off anyways. Thanks for watching. See you next time.